So good evening and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Coastal Combat 8. We will look to kick things off with our first fight of the night, which will be contested in the flyweight division and is brought to you by QSEC. Introducing first, out of the red corner, Jordan Southern. By a couple of fresh faces in the Coastal Combat commentary booth. Gentlemen, what a fantastic night of fights. Of course, I am joined by none other than Mr. Simon Clow and Justin the Springbok Van Heerden. The gentlemen, great night of fights ahead of us.
I'm very excited. It's very nice to be here, actually. Definitely going to be, there's like an energy in there. I think like an outdoor space really kind of, I don't know, kind of the crowd has a different resonance. There's lots of stuff going on. You can smell the fresh air.
Well, you know me, boys, whether I'm fighting, whether I'm watching fights, whether I'm just in the venue, I cannot wait to see what we have in store.
And making the walk to the cage tonight, the first fighter to do so, Jordan Southern, training out of Integrated MMA in the Sunshine Coast. This man looks to make his MMA debut here tonight, and I guess we'll wait and see if it will be done successfully. The fantastic team at Integrated behind him does hold a blue belt in what he calls street jiu-jitsu. Gentlemen, I'm not quite sure the distinction between Brazilian and street jiu-jitsu, but maybe that's something we could ask Jordan after the fight.
I think we might see that. He did train in gymnastics for 10 years, and that gives you a certain kind of strength. So we'll see if he can bring that to play in jiu-jitsu, in street jiu-jitsu.
Well, definitely, when you look at his corner, with having someone like Rob DeFrida in your corner, that's a lot of experience, an Australian MMA pioneer. So I expect some big things from him.
And introducing his opponent out of the blue corner, Chris the Pocket Rocket Hanlon. So making what will be his promotional debut here tonight, Chris Hanlon, training out of FOB Squad. Chris, of course, a free-fight amateur veteran at this stage, was recently in the cage on Eternal MMA. Things didn't go his way at that night. He's looking to try and go one up in the win column here tonight, gentlemen.
Well, definitely, when you're coming off a loss, it makes you hungrier. You're gonna try and get in there. You're gonna try and right some wrongs, make some adjustments, and hopefully get the W. So I expect he's gonna come out fighting strong.
I think we'll see that experience kind of lends him some ability to actually maintain his calm and sort of enact a game plan. It'll be interesting to see if that happens.
Yeah, Chris, one of the nicest guys you will meet in this Australian MMA scene. And I know there's a lot of support for him and his team there, Team FOB Squad, as he is now at our checkpoint with referee Nakia Melody. So, gentlemen, interesting dynamic here. We have seen Mr. Hanlon in the cage on 3 separate occasions. The debut on the other side for Jordan Southern. Justin, you might be able to attest to perhaps what it's going to be like for these fighters with a reasonably sizable experience advantage on the side of Chris Hanlon.
Well, I think if you're coming in with that fresh face sort of debut, you've got no pressure on you. You don't have all those pent up sort of standards for yourself. You're coming in fresh. You're like, okay, this is my eye-opening experience. This is what I'm going to do. Whereas on the other side of things, you have Chris, who's experienced. He might have a bit more pressure on his shoulders. He's looking to bounce back. So these two young guys are going to have to work out how to control their emotions, and it's going to lead to someone getting a victory. We now go to Daniel, who's going to bring him in.
Ladies and gentlemen, fight number 1 this evening will be contested in the amateur flyweight division over 3 3-minute rounds. And introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he weighed in at 55.95 kilos and trains out of Integrated MMA on the Sunshine Coast. Tonight, he makes his MMA debut. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jordan Southern. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner. He weighed in at 56.1 kilos and trains out of Team FOB Squad, making his 4th appearance in the cage tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Chris the Pocket Rocket Hanlon. When the action begins, your referee in charge, Thomas Churchill.
Well, here we go.
I wonder if that gymnastics competition experience, like he represented at a state and national level, so he knows how to compete.
He definitely has an air of confidence about him.
He is holding his ground. Just got clipped.
So, of course, getting things underway here tonight in the flyweight division. Always like seeing the flyweights go at it. The more technical of the weight classes, I guess you could say. A left hook lands there partially. Now in on a
double leg.
takedown.
Yep, get his, that's it. Is he going to wrap the legs? He's going to wrap the legs up. He's looking to get the Dagestani handcuff.
Chris is showing some great adversity control here. He's looking to get back to his feet.
He's got the Dagestani handcuff, and he's using his head really well to force that shoulder back. Moves to mount. Natural result of that.
Well, fantastic start here for Jordan Southern, the local boy, in mount, raining down punches. So we see now some attempts to buck there from the pocket rocket. Chris Hanlon in a spot of adversity here early on, though, gents. Still 2 minutes on the clock.
This is where it comes in with him making his debut. There's no pressure on him. He doesn't have those expectations for himself. He's just in there experiencing this for the first time, and it's really, really benefiting him right now.
What do you think's going through Chris's head right now?
He's thinking that he needs to change the outcome here because obviously we all know being bottom mount, it's not ideal in MMA.
It's not very fun being punched in the face from mount, actually.
Yeah, Chris Hanlon doing his best there to try and buck, get some sort of space for a hip escape, but credit there to Jordan Southern. Fantastic job riding these attempts at escaping.
I do like the fact that for someone who's making their debut, he's picking his shots. He's not just wailing down. He's posturing up at the right time.
It's a very solid
picking
mount.
His shots.
It's a very solid mount. He really is picking his shots, and he's not kind of just exploding and wearing himself out and landing shots to the guard.
Referee Thomas Churchill taking a real close look at this one, and that'll do it. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner, first round TKO, Jordan Southern. Doesn't get much more dominant than that, gentlemen.
It's a very impressive debut.
That was very clinical. Once he pressed him up against the cage, I think Chris tried to find the answers to the problem he was presenting, but as we saw, once it hit the ground, once he transitioned to mount, it was just clinical, and he got the finish.
It's quite the contusion on his left eye there too.
Yeah, some serious damage done from top position there, Jensen. What a way to kick off your MMA debut here as we have the replay for you.
It's just that mount, like he's got such a tight mount.
Chris was trying to do the right things, but having someone that's got that control already, he's picking his shots, it makes it very hard to get up off your back.
It's very hard unless you're framing on the hips and really bridging hard.
And right here we can see Thomas Churchill having a close look at things. At the end of the day, with amateur fights like this, it's all about the experience. I think Chris is obviously very experienced. He just gained some more experience, and I feel like he's got, the world at his shoulders when it comes to the sport. Both
Absolutely.
Young guys, both have plenty more fights to come. So,
ladies and gentlemen, our referee has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes and 2 seconds of round number 1. Declaring your winner by TKO in the red corner, Jordan Southern.
it was a great performance by the young man from Integrated. We'll wait to see what he says when he speaks to Daniel. I'm sure he's going to be quite stoked to get a win like that in front of his home crowd.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with our winner there from fight number 1, Jordan Southern, getting things done in dominant fashion in your MMA debut. Talk to us a little bit about the fight we just saw.
Oh man, not really much to say. I think I put it all out in the cage there.
Coming in here tonight, it was, at least on paper, it looked like you had the grappling advantage. Was it the game plan coming in here tonight to get things to the floor?
I was confident no matter where it ended up. But yeah, the floor was definitely an option that we were pursuing, and yeah, I got it done there.
And last thing before I let you go, I'm sure there's a lot of people in the integrated team that you'd like to thank.
Oh yeah, look, I got the best team there is. They know who they are. So thanks to them. Thanks to all family and friends who came out. Love yous all. Thanks, Mum.
Big shouts to Mum Cage Side. Ladies and gentlemen, one more round of applause for your winner, Jordan Southern.